We are live and it is recording.
uh, are you are you having work done in the background again?
Yeah, although the stream audio doesn't catch it, only you guys do for some reason.
Man's running
Oh,
an air compressor next to the mic.
all right. Well, hopping into it, let's just do a very quick recap. So, last session, you went to a small medical space station that was in suborbit around one of the jungle moons of Felucia. It was used as a processing facility for nicelin, which is a medicinal herb that is used in Bacta as well as other healing supplies. You were able to quickly eliminate the droids in the hangar, and from there moved to the engine room of the station, where they shut off the engines and the station slowly began to plummet towards the moon. After that, and a nice show off with Bes'uliik versus a Magna Guard droid, you were able to defeat all of the droids and make contact with Jedi Master Lockfrel aboard the ship Triumph, letting him know that you had managed to save the station, and the Republic was able to punch through and destroy the Separatist blockade that was blockading Felucia as well. With that, you are going to start off the session back aboard the Triumph. In the briefing room, you all have spent some downtime, I know, in between sessions. Curious, did anyone purchase anything in between sessions?
I did purchase a few things.
Okay, cool.
Let me just pull up my sheet and see what actually made it. Okay, it doesn't look like I actually put anything into the Og Dudes itself. The one thing I do have, oh yeah, I do have the Electro staff that I took from the droid. As
Yes.
my souvenir. I did not buy a. I think I already had the load bearing gear. I believe I did. For armor, uh, I replaced my passive foliage suit with a whipcord thrower,
Ooh, nice.
and I replaced the telescopic optical sight with a grenade launcher.
Make things go boom. I appreciate it.
It just so I can use ranged heavy instead of ranged light with grenades.
Right.
I purchased a balanced hilt and modded it for my electro staff.
I believe all that I got was load-bearing gear.
I think all I got was that weapon sling, but I have a little bit of a Discord problem, so give me a second.
Yeah, no worries at all. Just curious to make sure that I kind of knew what was going on with everyone. Oh, there we go, Spinner.
Encumbrance is 5 plus brawn, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just double checking.
There's only one species in the game that has a different encumbrance calculation.
The giant turtle, I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly.
I think there's I think it's either the turtle or the snake thing.
I have 16 encumbrance threshold.
Nice. You picked up that talent that it's heavy guns, I think it is.
No, that talent doesn't exist in Star Wars.
You're right. I'm thinking of Shadow of the Beanstalk.
Yep.
Yeah, the big guns talent. I also apparently purchased a dog, because now there's one sitting next to me. Hello. Rejoin. Oh. Oh.
All right. So with that, everyone's ready. We can dive into how the next mission will start. Yeah, I mentioned before that you all are going to have some freedom in choosing your missions. So with that, you're in the room with Jedi Master Locke Frel, and he congratulates each of you for your work on the moon as well as on the spaceship, or rather the station. It's been about a week since they busted through the blockade of the Separatists, and he's brought you all here to discuss a new mission. With that, Master Locke Frel says, thanks each of you again, and says, the Republic needs your help once again, but our resources are scattered. We have 3 missions that are available to you. Each one is equally important, but we are looking for your expertise, see which one you can handle the best, you think.
Cue the XCOM mission select, where when you choose one, you'll get benefits, but then you'll get penalties for not choosing the other 2.
Yes,
Literally.
right. You gotta pick. This one will have you rescue a scientist. The other one will gain you intel. But no. So in this case, he says the first mission involves providing protection to a senator who is going to be going to one of the neutral aligned worlds, and making sure that their mission is successful. Basically, providing bodyguard protection.
Oh, I might have to take the grenade launcher back off and put the telescopic optical sight to be a sniper.
The second mission involves doing a black ops mission to steal droid intelligence from one of the droid manufacturing planets to find out weaknesses in the droids' armors and capabilities, as well as what they're developing for new droids.
I imagine that one is if you choose this mission, you have to sign. You won't actually be told what this mission is until you sign this NDA. And if you sign this NDA, you're going on this mission.
Something like that. You're only getting the bare bones details right now. These are all also time sensitive. So by choosing one, the Republic will have to make alternative arrangements for the other 2 missions. And then the final mission is to lead a strike force to retake back one of the capitals on one of the outer rim planets that has been besieged by the separatists.
I say either the first or third. I don't think any of us are really cut out for a stealth mission.
No, stealth per se, no, because I believe Bes'uliik. Actually, I think Bes'uliik actually has like 2 or 3 agility.
I think I have the best stealth stat, but I could be wrong.
I have a decent stealth stat simply for being an ARC trooper, and that I actually have it as a career skill. But otherwise, I think you are correct. Yeah, I have a yellow and 2 greens for stealth. But it's, generally speaking, pretty easy to sneak around a droid. The problem is when it's not droids we're sneaking around.
Yeah.
That being said, is protection detail, while not really, isn't necessarily part of our. We would probably more than likely be providing for protection from distance rather than actively protecting, as we are alphas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Natural Lock Frel responds back to that. It says, yes, largely you'll be protecting from a distance, but you will be escorting them while they're within the actual starship itself that you will fly with them on. So you will be on the same starship and will have contact directly with the senator before arriving to the planet.
I am actually quite interested in protection detail. I know it's usually not the one people go for, so that's my vote's there. What are you guys thinking?
I'd be fine with 1 or 3. I just Don't want to go on that stealth mission. That one spooks me a bit too much.
I'd be fine following somebody around.
Following someone around it is.
All right.
We could probably have Bes'uliik infiltrate their the assassin team. Do proactive protection. Eliminate the assassins before they get a chance to strike.
No. See, you got to go full circle, right? Assassinate him before the assassins assassinate him, so there's nobody to assassinate for the assassins.
And then blame it on them and use it as a false flag operation to get them to do what we want.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. That being said,
How much you thought all this out?
That being said, I guess I will be removing the grenade launcher and adding the telescopic sight back to my gun.
Okay. With that, would you like to know which senator you will be protecting?
Yes.
It is a young female senator by the name of Mon Mothma.
Fuck. Yeah, she's a bitch. Let's let her die.
So, my droid gets precognition and realizes that she leads rebel scum and kills.
The droid's advanced cogitators activate, predicting the future.
The time warp generators.
The mass shadow generator.
The flux capacitors.
I went 40 miles an hour.
It's 83 miles an hour.
Yeah, close enough. Whatever.
With that, she represents the planet Chandrila, and their associated planets with it. And she's currently hosting a peace summit on her home planet, so you will be on friendly footing.
Yo, he's got the droids in the background.
Fun.
That's funny. He says, if you would like, we can have you move over and take a transfer over to her home planet. She is currently there, as well as other members of her committee. We're proposing these peace talks.
All right.
All right, with that, you take your shuttle that you originally took on the mission. But it is still flyable.
Yep.
And yes.
I was gonna say is I'm also gonna take the ESS off because if I'm going to be playing sniper, then that's useless because I don't have any of my attachments modded yet.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. My Z6 goes up to long, so.
Yeah. Well, the ESS makes it easier for someone to see me if I'm in low light conditions. So I'd rather not have it on.
Well, just don't go in low light conditions, then.
So with that, you board your spaceship and then head over to the Chandrilian planetary system. You end up flying down, and you can see this bright blue and green planet as you descend through the clouds. As you fly down, you end up at a military spaceport where there is a small reception committee waiting for you with a young Jedi Padawan by the name of Kira Shan waiting for you. who introduces herself and says, "Welcome. I trust that the journey was pleasant."
Alpha 17 will approach and say it's as pleasant as any space shuttle can be. It's a bit cramped, and when you travel with a Gamorrean,
No rough landing this time.
Yeah, thankfully I didn't have to put her down the way we did last time.
With that, the Jedi Padawan looks a bit shocked, saying, "Sounds like you've had some hard combat already, despite the war beginning not that long ago. I can't imagine what that must have been like for you." With that, she says, "Are you ready to go to the briefing room to find out more about the senator?"
yes, lead the way, Commander.
So she leads you through a variety of hallways with the fresh smell of Duracell in the air, as it looks like they have been recently reinforced. With that, you end up going to a small room with a locked door behind you. And with it, Senator Mothma, is there. She looks to be at this time in her late 20s, and she has auburn hair with pale blue-green eyes that take each of you in. She does seem somewhat startled by Bes'uliik in particular.
We really should paint you with Republic colors. Hey, he'll say that in Mandoa.
With that, Mon Mothma, though, composes herself and says, "Thank you for coming. This mission is vitally important. I and other members of the Loyalist Committee are here to try to bring an end to this war before other lives are lost."
Noble endeavor, Tremor says after a moment, but not one that I think is feasible from negotiating with only one planet at a time.
It is the small stone that will gather the larger ones, and it is with that we hope to successfully have this particular conference start with, slowly taking the members of the Confederate planets and having them sue for peace, as this war has taken so much from so many already.
There,
With that,
the planets caught in the crossfire, I've certainly lost. But at the same time, looks to Spinner. Myself and my brothers would not truly exist without it, so you can understand the conflict that ending this war so quickly might bring to us close. I, for one, don't want to go back on ice.
with it, she looks
Neither
taken aback.
do I.
She said, I had forgotten about the clones, and we haven't really put much thought about what will happen to you after the war is over. But it's something that we must consider."
You got TIE fighters in the background there, Rek?
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
My sister is using the bandsaw.
Yeah, just kind of sounded like TIE fighters. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's just the speeders outside of the command center.
Yeah. Depth.
Are they doing laps or something?
No, it's a metropolis planet, so they're constantly going.
Oh yes.
I don't know if Changrel's a metropolis or not. I assume it is, considering that Mon Mothma's an absolute idiot.
And you only just met her.
I'm talking. This is my out of character knowledge of Mon Mothma. She's either a complete tyrant that uses subterfuge for everything, or an absolute idiot. It's one of the two, but it's nothing in between.
What difference does it make?
Whether she's doing it on purpose or not.
Okay.
She says to each of you, the purpose of the summit is to meet with Shu Mai, who, as the Presidente of the Commerce, they have pledged themselves to the Confederacy of Independent Systems, and if we were able to make them withdraw or at least become neutral, it would be a huge benefit to us. Currently, though, there are concerns about security, as they have brought many for security in this area, and they're having whispers that something disastrous will happen at the conference.
And you want us to prevent that?
The senator looks at you and says, "Yes, you're here for my protection, but your secondary mission is to ensure that further disrupt what is happening, may be in danger. But we do not know if it is Shumai herself behind these machinations, or whether or not it is of the CIS who wishes to sabotage this conference."
Well, is the neutral party that we're meeting with aware that you are bringing a honor guard of some of the more elite troopers in the Grand Army of the Republic?
We have each agreed to provide our own honor guards, equal in number. So there should be no one else who is armed. In the itinerary I have, it looks like they will have a couple of Magna Guard droids with them, as well as some of their own super battle droids as well. That is only what I know about. I would be surprised if they didn't bring more droids that they left aboard their spaceship or have already placed nearby. That is to say nothing of anyone who they may have hired.
Yes. And Trevor will look at Spinner and Bes'uliik and says, "I'm going to need the both of you to focus on keeping your weapons at hand. While it is extremely possible that the Separatists themselves will have somehow acquired Republic weaponry, I would rather not fall victim to a false flag operation."
Agreed.
That being said,
With that,
who would you like to act as your escorts once the conference starts?
you can all act as my escorts once the conference begins. However, in particular, she looks at Bes'uliik, keeping you at a distance, as well, could be important as we do not know the extent to which the CIS knows about your recent, and she pauses for a second and says, conversion to our side.
Well, this is no recent development. Bes'uliik was a prototype back before the war actually started. He's been a trading partner of mine since long before we were aware that of the mission to Geonosis.
With that, she pauses and say, that is an excellent point. Perhaps if you all, for the opening ceremonies, could just keep your distance in the crowd. As I said, we were quite worried about there being some type of attack or an assassination attempt to disrupt these peace talks.
In that case,
Roger.
do we have building plans for the location for the peace talks as well as the surrounding buildings?
She says, yes, Jedi Padawan Kira Shan can provide you with the schematics of the buildings. And she will be around to assist with any questions that you may have. Unfortunately, she, as a Jedi, is not going to be allowed to escort me during the conference.
Well, that should be fine. I plan on taking up a sniper's position myself, so she can accompany me in the event that, well, unforeseen events happen, such as my sniper spot being the same one that an assassin would pick.
That sounds excellent then. Kira Shan is a very reliable Jedi Padawan and has a bright future ahead of her. I am sure she would be welcome to assist you.
Good, because I need someone that can see better than I can. Granted, I do have the electro binoculars. They help a little, not as much as I'd want them to.
With that, Padawan Kira Shan, who is in the corner, starts rummaging through a computer and begins searching for the schematics in which the senator just discussed. So, what would you all like to do?
I actually think that Spinner is our best bet for just examining the schematics as they are.
With that,
Spinner's just gonna kind of pick off little flecks of dirt or whatever could be on his rotary cannon until the schematics are produced.
Yeah. Tremor will again look at Bes'uliik and tell him is one of these days we'll get a chance to use your excellent battle plans of infiltrating the enemy, but I don't think today is this.
Because of you, my perfect battle plan.
with that, Kira Shan quickly finishes what she's doing and motions over to Spinner as well as the rest of you. I was saying, I have the schematics here.
Oh, right.
So, taking a look at the schematics, you can see the building they are in is in a center of the Peace Plaza on Chandrila. With it, it is open to the air, so it is in the middle of the plaza. The plaza is just a typical like walkway up above it. However, it is surrounded by skyscrapers on all sides. So there are multiple points in which an assassin could attempt to make a long shot towards anyone walking to or from the building that's in the center of the plaza. The plaza itself is roughly half a mile long by another quarter mile wide, with the building smack in the middle of it. There's nowhere to really hide in that area. There are walkways on either side of the plaza with a large running fountain running through the middle of it that ends shortly before the plaza building in the middle. If you have any things in particular you would like to know about the schematics, feel free to ask me as a GM or Kira-san, and I'd be happy to provide more information.
Are there any like complete blind spots? Complete blind spots?
So there are a couple of buildings that have kind of jut out more into the plaza area, and those are areas where there are some blind spots where someone could not easily be seen.
Good.
Okay. So, of those blind spots, which of them have like to have the best ability to look at um God, what would the diplomats coming in a straight line? Basically, like what would give the best sight column? Like,
So there are, yeah, there are two that would work roughly equally the same. One on the eastern side, the other on the western side of the plaza. Both have a clear line of vision to the entryway of the plaza building. And it's unobstructed, so there are no other buildings that jut out in front of those two that would cause any issue for anyone trying to look out down into the plaza area.
the only real obstruction is the building, the Peace Plaza itself, where the other sides can't see each other.
Correct.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Hold up, I need to double check something. I look to Commander Shan, and I say, "Is roughly how heavy are you?"
She kind of gives you the look. You just ask the woman how heavy she is.
Gear included.
With it gear included, she's about 65 kilos.
Okay, that's good. That's what I needed to know. Tremor says is, with my whipcord thrower, I can help us traverse the buildings in case we need to relocate. It should be enough that I can carry you with me as I do so.
With it, she kind of gives you a look and says, "Well, hopefully that won't be necessary. I'm more than capable of moving myself, but I appreciate the offer." Um, she's kind of giving you like almost like this seriously glare, um, as she does not appear um, to believe that um, your help will necessarily be required. She seems pretty self-independent.
I can't wait for her to try and do a force jump and roll all dark side pips.
I can't wait until she has to murder someone and takes like 8 conflict. Let's go.
Yep. So all the way, it will probably be best if we stick together. I hear that Jedi are quite adept at deflecting blaster bolts.
With that, she
You're
says,
gonna use
"Yes."
her as a shield.
What was that, sorry?
So Rick's gonna use her as a shield.
I doubt she has circle shelter. I just don't want to have to protect her.
Grab her by the collar and hold her up.
I mean, if it comes down to we have to escape, Tremor will absolutely just grab her, throw her over his back, and do a and whipcord throw to the nearest building and do a Spider-Man swing.
Or you could just execute a certain order a little early.
No. I did think about being Alpha 66. No. But let's go. Alright, well, I can cover this sight line here, and if need be, based on the distance between building to building, I should be able to traverse fairly fairly easily to get a sight line on the other end. Of course, if I set up right about here and he picks a building that's further to the corner, I'll be able to I should have an easy sight line on one of the potential sniper spots. And while a harder sight line, it is still a possible shot. Basically creating a triangle between the two sight lines.
Okay, so you get set up there. Who is going to be with you?
Well, I'm definitely taking the Jedi with me. Since
Okay.
I want her to be useful, and if she can't go down, it's either leave her here or take her with me. I think our best bet is have Spinner be part of the honor guard that goes, and probably Knuk as well, and then have Bes'uliik on standby in like a room down the hall.
Yeah, that works. Probably am the best option to be honor guard there.
Yeah.
Big funny Gatling gun is a
Big
good
funny Gatling
deterrent.
gun, and then Knuk is a melee fighter, so he can try and handle those Magna Guards.
Clean up my mess.
Knuk can handle the honor guards long enough for Bes'uliik to get into the building if a fight does break out.
Yeah.
And if a fight does break out and there's no sniper, I can relocate to one of the sniper points and see if I can't get a shot in.
Okay.
I should have gotten a sonic scope.
What, like the blue hedgehog?
No, it's a scope that relies on sound rather than actually being able to see, so you can shoot targets through walls.
Oh, wall hacks. You could have just said wall hacks.
right, so it sounds like that's where you two will be. Where is everyone else? Just so I kind of know what's happening.
Well, you're the leader, Rick. Why don't you repeat our plan?
Basically, Bes'uliik will be on standby on a room near. I assume that the Peace Center is like an actual building. It's not just an amphitheater.
Yeah, it's an actual building that's closed walls and ceilings and roof, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, we'll have Bes'uliik go in as part of the honor guard, but instead of going into the conference room, he will instead take position on standby in a room adjacent. And we'll probably have him go with like like some sort, like he'll be wearing his cloak to hide the fact that he's a commando droid. Or we could dress him up to look like a protocol droid.
That is up to you all.
Hey, Bes'uliik, how would you like some gold paint?
If you make me look like a protocol droid, I will stab you.
Okay, silver paint then.
No, we gotta make him look all pretty. We gotta make him look all pretty.
Hey, it's better than the training droid paint they gave you back at the Camino. You know, the one that has a big target on your ass?
Wait, why don't we just disassemble him and take him in a box? And then he can reassemble himself in the room.
We could just take him in a box. Oh! Tremor looks at Mon Mothma is, do you plan on bringing any gifts for the opposing congregation?
Plan on bringing the Orb of Tranquility as a gesture of our peace talks.
That's that funny glowing orb from episode 1, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about the orb of stupidity from SpongeBob?
Is it? Oh, what type of container are you bringing it in? We could have Bes'uliik pulled up and hide inside the container.
It was going to be carried by, think of like a chest with pallbearers.
Do you think you could fit in there this week?
GM, can I fit in there?
Assemble or disassemble?
Assembled, preferably.
It's going to be very tight, but you could manage to fit in there.
Let's shove the toaster in the box.
What we'll do is we'll take your legs off, and so that you have your arms, so that you can put your legs back on while they're having the talks after they take the orb out.
No. We're gonna take your legs off and we're gonna use you.
Or I could just fit in there normally.
Okay, fit in there normally. That's fine. I would just want to do this fun, like it's not every day you get to disassemble a droid on purpose.
That is very true.
I like disassembling them on accident.
I will disassemble your organic parts.
All right, that's the plan. Knuk and Spinner will be the honor guard. Bes'uliik will be hidden inside the chest, and I'll be on sniper duty.
Right. So, it's only a few hours until the conference begins. With that, the honor guard for the separatists, or the Confederacy rather, is also marching. One on the eastern side of the plaza. You all are on the western side of the plaza marching. The area is also very crowded with members of the planet as well as visitors who are off on the sidelines, kind of either cheering or jeering talks of the conference right now. Let's go ahead and have the folks who are as part of the honor guard on the ground make a perception check.
Oh. 1 second here. If I can find it.
If you put parentheses perception, it will roll in the game table
Mhm.
like that. You
Two
forgot the
successes, one
difficulty.
advantage. DM man didn't give a difficulty though.
Yeah.
Yeah, average difficulty
And 2 purples.
with 1
I
step
assume
back
I
die.
cannot make it, being that I am in the box.
2 purples and a setback die.
Yes.
Yep.
You did not roll your actual perception skill.
I rolled it beforehand.
Oh, you did. Oh, you did. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
he did.
Oh, I see it now.
I have 3 threats.
Yeah, you're using the game table, not typing it in the Discord. That's why I didn't see it.
Yes.
Because yeah,
So what's that? That's two successes and 2 threats.
yes.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So with the 2 threats, you're just going to take a setback die as to your next perception check that you make, as you got a quite severe glare from looking at the crowd with someone's metallic data pad reflected off and bounced back into your eyes.
Nice.
With the success, though, you are able to notice that there are a couple of individuals on your side of where you are all marching who seem very interested in Mon Mothma and are moving up in the crowd as you move up down the plaza.
Palms. Yeah. So, guys, we got a couple suspicious figures. They seem to be pretty interested with moving up the crowd and getting closer.
Tremor will pull down his clone polarized electro binoculars and take a look at the crowds to look for the people who are moving through it.
Okay, and with that, you're going to have the same check that you're going to have to go ahead and make
What?
to try to locate them.
Perception, average with a setback.
Oh,
Move.
I heard his goggles wearing up. Ooh.
Oh, look at that. All right. Oh, I see him.
What did you roll? Sorry, my RPG sensor.
Oh, sorry. 2 successes and 2 threats. I really should roll from the Discord so that it shows up there. Oh, let me just fix this problem real quick. What do you need help with there, Nook?
I just haven't looked at the sheet.
For some reason, it looks like RPG session says crash on my end or my internet went out.
Well, we can still hear you, so I don't think it's your internet.
I'm on my phone right now, so it might switch over to my data.
All right.
Big funny. Internet moment.
First world problems right there.
What's first world problems is trying to make sure that the whatchamacallit looks nice. String.
Check the blockchain. I own it. Wait, no, you don't get to sigh, funny droid man, because you are part of the blockchain. Ooh, ooh.
God damn it.
Tremor says over the call, so I mean, it could be worse. Spinner could have programmed you.
Ooh, said I didn't. Ooh.
The fact that you're not a droid
Okay,
tech said.
okay. Two things. NFTs are cringe, but the blockchain technology isn't.
I agree
Stab
with
it,
that.
yeah.
What was that?
I stab Spinner yet. I just want to see his wound threshold drain.
I don't even think
Imagine
Spinner's
being a
picked up a rank of
saucy
toughened
toaster.
yet.
I'll take you apart and turn you into a toaster.
This isn't 40k. No talks about toasters.
Okay, fine. I'll turn him into a waffle iron. Is that better?
That is better. Waffles are better than toast.
True. No, that's a factual statement.
Well, what if
I
you
know.
use your toaster to make waffles?
That's some
Ego.
heresy. That's some
Lego my ego.
top tier heresy right there.
You know, barbecue sauce and waffles are pretty good.
No,
Oh,
Damn.
it is. Come on.
boot 'em.
Come on.
Gone.
My dog has decided to join me.
Good
No,
boy.
did you break out the peanut butter again, Rick?
Go lay down. No, but he's trying. He's getting under my
Mark, guys,
desk.
Chunky peanut butter.
All right, let's.
So you are able to spot them ultimately. They are moving not just kind of consistently with the honor guard, but they're now moving closer to the front of the crowd as it faces the honor guard as well.
All right.
And then you got 2 advantage with that, I believe.
No, I got 2 threat.
2 threat, okay. And with the 2 threat, you're not able to see anything else about them, as the crowd has obscured your vision entirely.
Mm. Might be able to take a shot on them, but until we confirm that they're hostile, we can't make a move.
With that, in the next few moments, you see them start to run, and they both have something in their hands, and they appear to be targeting the senator.
Oh, time to take the shot.
Did I hear
Watch it
dumb
be
down a
cameras.
crowd?
They might be cameras, but it says it's hostile intentions assumed. Take the shot.
You want me to do anything?
You'll probably. I'm probably one and surprise them if they are surprised.
Yeah,
But
they're surprised.
I assume this is going to be initiative.
Yeah, this will end up being initiative.
All right. I'm going to assume that it's cool for us since we saw them coming.
That is correct.
So, you can roll initiative from the Discord.
Yes.
Will it just be rolling cool? Oh, don't Wait.
Oh yeah. So .I space R space PC, then parentheses cool. Dot I space R space PC space cool. And the cool has to be in parentheses, so it reads that that's your dice pool.
Okay. I think Subway is actually fucking delivered now. I'm gonna be back in 1 minute, and actually 1 minute, not 20 this time.
All right.
All right.
For doing it for NPCs, you're gonna have to just manually do their dice, because you'd have to do like a complex chain command
Yeah.
to get the NPCs to show up.
Yeah, let me just go back through.
Is it time to use a rapid fire, high caliber weapon in the middle of a crowd?
There's a reason I'm taking the shot first.
Why? So they all scatter and I don't kill people?
All right, let me roll one more for the second one.
Oh, thank God I go before both.
Yep, you do.
Or at least one of us does. I have quick strike, which is why I would like to go.
So is it just 2 people or is it 2 groups of people?
It's, I believe, just 2 people.
Yep. Yeah, just 2 individuals from what you can see anyway.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Hello, cool initiative.
Fuck.
Okay. How far are we from them?
You still haven't rolled your initiative, Nook.
Did I not?
Oh, it's only been me and Rec and the NPCs.
No, because you didn't put the command in correctly.
Right.
So you can just copy and paste what I typed and it'll
Oh.
roll.
I forgot the R. Wait, what?
You have to do parentheses around cool.
God damn it.
There you go.
So why are we just using Discord to roll now?
You can use both. It's just that because if you ever need to just use the dice commands from Discord, you can.
Okay.
I'm stuck on phone for right now, so that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
There's an RPG Sessions app.
There is an RPG Sessions app,
I
but it's a
checked
bit
on the Play
wonky.
Store. I didn't see it.
It's I believe it's part. I don't
It's-
think it's on Google Play.
It's not on Google Play. You just download the APK.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That being said, is I would like to go first. I'm going to assume that they're long range from me.
Yes, they are.
Alright. And I'm going to take 2 strain to aim twice with the blaster rifle. Any adversary.
No adversary here.
Any defense.
No defense.
Alright. I'm aiming twice. I get 1 rank of quick strike. And I think I will spend a destiny point to flip.
Okay.
Damn. I hate you, purple dice. The dreaded average.
Where did your dice roll end up populating? I can't see it. Right
Sorry. It's populating on the game table. I didn't roll that one.
Oh,
But 0 successes and 3 advantage.
okay. With it, your blaster bolt goes wide and ends up hitting just one of the cobblestones that are nearby on the road.
I wanted you to say civilians.
Why are we all murder hobos like Detroit? Kind of makes sense, but goddamn.
So when I hit the ground, can it have basically puncture the ground where like a water pipe is and create like difficult terrain?
What are you firing with again? The DC-15?
The DC-50.
Yeah, I'll allow that. You ended up hitting like a water main. So causing general chaos there.
Yep.
All right. Now we are on to the two NPCs.
Yes.
They're both going to spend a maneuver to move through, but they're kind of stuck in the middle of the water main break. They're getting very close to the honor guard, and you can see that they both have something circular in both of their hands that they're preparing to throw.
Uh-oh.
And with it, that will be the end of their turns because they're not close enough to throw it yet.
Out of curiosity, what range are they at?
Yeah.
So from the honor guard, they're at short range. From the sniper position, so to speak, they're at long range.
Yeah.
And how long does it take for me to get out of the box?
A maneuver to get out of the box, and then another maneuver to move to engage range.
I think I'll take that. So I'll take this slot. I'll get engaged. Do they have any defense adversary or anything like that?
Nope, they don't. Do you want to make a perception check to see what exactly they have in their hands?
No, I don't care. I'm bopping them.
All right.
I have a feeling it's a repulsor throwing razor.
I mean, you said circular, so could be a couple of things. You want a frenzied attack. That's going to be another strain, and I upgrade. God damn.
Wow.
No, actually, I have a perfect way to do this. So, GM, if you would
Yes.
allow me, I'd like to use the first 3 advantage of my 4 to disarm the person in front of me of what they're holding.
Okay. It
And,
falls to the ground.
Narratively, I want to hook or like poke my stick because I assume there's like a handle that they're holding on to.
They were kind of just they were palming it in their hand, so they were just gripping it with their hand.
So narratively, Bes'uliik just puts his electro staff on the side of it and flicks it into the other person, and I'll spend the triumph to disarm both of them.
All right. So with it, you were able to see they both had pies in their hands.
Pious.
Thank God you didn't hit.
I would have fucking murdered somebody.
Let's just shoot anybody.
I'm a droid, dude. I got protocols. Sorry.
You have threat
Okay,
identification
guys,
protocols as well. They are
Yeah,
not a
they
threat.
have
Please
circular
explain to
options.
me how we were in the wrong for 1 second of that at all.
No, I said confirm possible hostile action, and they ran towards some senator.
You
That is
also had an option to fucking Bess had an option to do
Roll
a perception
one
check, and
dice,
he decided
a
not to.
1 dice pool.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's
Still.
not very good at perception.
But yeah, so they're both disarmed now, and I'll just use that last advantage to regenerate.
No, the last manager pick up the pies
I
and
don't
slam them in their faces.
I don't suppose that you have a have fearsome, so you can just make them be like, well, we fucked
I
up.
don't have Enforcer yet.
Oh,
That's kind of why I'm tempted to pick it up next.
All right. So, does anyone want to go next? They
How damaged are the pies?
oh, there's blueberry all over the place right now.
Shit. Okay.
I bet they were actually poisoned pies. This was an elaborate plan all along.
Yes,
Spinner's gonna look
contact
at him.
poison.
Spinner's gonna look at him. You know, that was very stupid, and I hope for your sake those were really bad pies. Because if they were good pies, I would shoot you.
Can I do some sort of perception check to see if anything else is happening other than that?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
If you want to go
Okay.
ahead and make an average perception check.
I like this table better. 1 success.
Okay. With it, you can see that there is, while there are quite a few like shuttles and transports that are flying high above you, there is one that seems to be careening right towards the plaza center.
It was an elaborate distraction.
I thought it was going to be a distraction as well. Okay. I'm getting Senator Amidala or whoever it is. I don't know.
Mama.
I'm just being paid, so
Are you picking her up and running?
I'm informing them right now and guiding them out of the plaza at high speed. I'm also doing it over the mic as well, via comlink.
Where are you trying to escort them to?
What sort of exits are there?
Well, you're still not inside the building.
Yeah, you're kind of in the thoroughfare right now. So there's, you have a probably about another 30 meters to get to the crowd on the side closest to you. But there's no real exits. The closest safe area would be the plaza building.
Okay.
Get
So
her inside the plaza.
how much of a crowd is there? Like, how hard would it be to run through?
To push through the crowd, especially as many of them will want to try to grab on potentially to the senator, would be a hard athletics check.
How how much encumbrance is the senator?
She is 6 encumbrance.
Oh, I can pick her up easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody else going to do something for now?
So do I get to shoot down the thing that's careening towards the planet?
You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it fall even faster.
You can try and hold shot for the for like a rudder and deter its path, but that who knows what'll happen if you do that.
Okay, so does it have engines or visible rudders?
It has both.
Okay. I guess I will called shot one of the engines.
Okay.
Remember, engines are not the repulsors. Engines just propel.
What was that, Rick?
Engines are not repulsors. There are two separate propulsion methods in Star Wars: the actual engines and repulsors. If you cut engines and it's stuck on repulsor, it can barely move. So I'm just making sure everyone's aware of that.
Okay.
I'm committing
So
a
I can
first died
I can
wrong.
still go for the engine, right?
Yeah, you can still go for it.
Alrighty.
A call shot is a use of the aim maneuver and it adds 2 setbacks to the check.
Adds 2 setbacks. How many purples for the check itself?
Because what is the silhouette of the vehicle that is careening?
Right now, it's a silhouette 3 vehicle.
Okay, and how far away would you say it is, personal long?
It's on a long range.
All right, in that case, it would be 3 difficulty base, and then reduced by 1 because of the size difference.
So it would be two purples and 2 setbacks.
Except your gun is auto fire only.
Yeah, well, I have a extra purple in their base.
Yeah. So you get
because
2
of it.
purples and 2 setbacks.
Okay. How much strain am I going to end up taking for this?
2 because you also have to prepare your gun.
Okay.
KK, not SS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ks are setbacks.
Yeah, it's weird.
Bonk.
Wow.
3 successes, 2 threats.
Mm,
And then,
Oh.
what is it? It's CS plus 2.
.C space S plus 2. Yep.
All right, so you're able to fire upon it. Wow, you did 15 points of damage on it. Wow.
If it had armor, that's enough to go through.
Yes, it does have armor. That's enough to go through, and you can see smoke now appearing from the engines as they begin to flicker and then turn off as the ship continues now to propel down in towards the plaza area.
At the very least, they don't have control over which direction they're going now.
No, they're heading right for what appears to be the middle of the fountain area, in between the 2 different honor guards.
Who wants to bet there's a radium charge on that?
going to pick up the senator.
And run.
I don't miss a senator.
I am not throwing the senator.
Yeet.
Toss me.
Gets the strong arm talent, throws the senator.
To medium range.
Also, what do those 2 threats do, GM man?
The Z6 ends up overheating, so you're going to take a couple points of strain.
At least it's not the Z6's
need a number.
actual overheating quality.
Correct. It is not that.
You take strain, and your gun becomes damaged.
Shall I add
So,
an item to my inventory called a senator?
I don't
how
think
much-
you'll need
how
to.
much strain?
Unless you
It would
plan
be
on carrying
2
Mon
strain.
Mothma into every battle.
Okay. All right.
Is Mon Mothma going to be your improvised weapon?
Yes.
Taking beating women to a whole level.
You don't
It's
know how
beating-
funny it is to say is, can I use this person as an improvised weapon so that their encumbrance goes down by my Rinks and Burley?
And I wield the senator.
Literally.
Okay.
The senator is strong with this one.
After seeing the shot being taken, everything, I am
Token?
thus being tooked. After
Well-
seeing the shot being tooked,
If it's landing in the fountain, you can absolutely go into the building and she should be safe.
yes, and the athletics check with 3 purples.
You won't have to do that because you're not trying to push through the crowd on either side. You're just going to basically be rushing her straight to the plaza building.
So no check.
No check. You can pick her senator butt up and just kind of get her moving.
Okay.
And
I
you're
imagine
at,
I imagine the rest of the crowd has seen the vessel approaching.
yeah, there were lots of yells and screams as people realize it's going to crash
Okay.
or land, depending on how you want to look at it.
I mean, we landed in the first session.
Yeah, this while it's crashing, Trevor's gonna look at the Jedi and says, "I don't suppose you can do anything about that."
She says to try to stop a crashing spaceship would be beyond my capabilities. Perhaps if Master Yoda was here.
He ain't Star Killer yet.
At which point, Trevor nods and says, "All right, well, I guess we're going down." And he starts looking. Well, and this is just narratively happening while all that shit was happening. Is he's looking for a place to basically Spider-Man his way over with the whipcord thrower.
You're able to find there's a rough route where people have started fleeing, so there's an open area kind of directly below you.
I'm about to Anakin Skywalker this shit, aren't
Yep.
I? I assume it's good. Basically, it's top of our. So when is that ship gonna crash? At the end of the next of this round or next round?
End of this round.
Okay. So Trema says, "Are you sure you don't want to join me?"
Kira just kind of sighs, says, "Fine."
All right. He basically grabs her by the waist because he still needs one arm to use the whipcord thrower and jumps off with her, shooting the whipcord at probably a lamp post to basically change his downward momentum into forward momentum.
With it, you Spider-Man swing up and press up against Kira. You can feel her lightsaber press up against you, and it feels weird.
Wait a second. That's not a lightsaber.
At which point,
Is it her lightsaber?
Or is she
Is
just
it?
happy to see you?
Tremor. I was about to say Tremor does make that joke. Is that is fuck? What do they call it? Is that a laser sword, or are you just happy to see me?
Laser sword.
Why not both?
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Clone sexual.
But it feels very weird in that it feels like a very long handle.
Okay, so she's probably using a great saber or a double bladed lightsaber then.
Error. Humor component not that.
And Tremor has at least three presents, so he actually is quite the charismatic clone.
You might pick up Kira in more ways than one. Hey.
Funny. Anyway, but yeah, Spider-Man swing. I'm going to assume that's either going to be my action or both of my maneuvers to actually manage that.
To get all the way down, it'll be both your maneuvers.
Okay, yeah. In that case, yeah. So we'll land on the street, and since Tremor does have a flair for style, they will. But not super. Actually, no. There's really no physical way for that to actually happen. This isn't Tartakovsky Clone Wars, where Alpha ARC troopers are doing fucking flips every chance they get.
If you want to try to make it flip, I won't stop you.
I'm not going to make a flip. I'm carrying someone.
Do it.
Besides,
Do it.
the flip.
Flip and drop them.
Yeah. I will say that just for style points is we do land next to a spinner.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
And when they land, he says, "Hello, brother. I will show you the way."
I will show you the way.
Are you the princess?
All right, forward.
All right, who hasn't gone?
Well, this was effectively going to be the start of the second round, so it would be the NPCs if they're still acting.
Right. So right now they're just kind of sprawled out on the ground. As they both ended up losing their pies, and they look up at the destroyer of the pies, so to speak. And it says, "Why would you do this? She's gonna terrorize our system, suing for peace."
Oh, I can't believe you've done this.
Our pies, our good pies.
My cabbages.
Pie tastes like shit.
Bes'uliik,
Where are my
the
dividends?
destroyer of pies.
I might just get the entrepreneur and the quartermaster tree, just so that I can say I have dividends.
And if they want to cry about their pies, I can give them something to cry about.
Are they trying to get away? Or are they just staring at the droid menacingly?
The destroyer of pies.
They're just staring at the droid, glaring at the droid as they're trying to wipe off pie from themselves.
The bringer of metal and the destroyer of pies.
As they
Tell them.
stand there, Bes'uliik will just like activate his electrostaff, so it just starts arcing lightning across the two prods.
Tell them they should run.
I'm gonna count down from 10. When I get to 0, you better be out to my office.
And then Bes'uliik will say, "You have 5 seconds to leave the area before my threat assessment software reassesses."
They both look at Bes'uliik and kind of scatter off to the crowds. The blueberry pie kind of looking almost like a pool of blood on their chest as it kind of spreads out.
Spinner's gonna reach down and like get some of the like blueberry goop and taste it.
Aren't you standing where the ship's gonna crash, or am I missing something?
No, I was
No, it's gonna
next to
crash in the
you.
fountain.
Yeah.
The reason why Tremor got down was because he was going to investigate the crash site when it does crash. All right.
What does the pie taste like, Mr. GM man?
Like dirty blueberries.
Does it taste like blue milk?
No, it tastes better than blue milk.
Didn't know that was possible.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good did it taste?
Solid 7.
Spinner's gonna look a little dejected. He's just gonna go, man, such a good waste of a pie.
With that, the ship is still crashing down, but has managed to kind of pull it. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. I feel blessed.
Let me get the holy water.
I actually
Great.
have holy water.
So with that, unless you all do anything else this round, the ship is going to crash into the plaza fountain.
Yeah. It's going to crash, and Tremor's going to go investigate the crash when it does.
Spinner will join him.
So there's it crashed facing the plaza building, and as it crashed, there is kind of think of like a drop-shaped ramp, and you can see the door that is currently closed, but it's facing you all. You can hear there's large shouts coming from inside the spacecraft.
All right. Well, Tremor, you want me to stand back here?
Yeah,
Be ready.
stand back and be ready. Tremor is going to look to, and I assume Kira ran up with us. It says is
Yes.
as in the event that these might actually be civilians, we should attempt to rescue them.
She says, yes, of course. That would be the Jedi way.
Jedi way. I was just going by the Galactic Accords. And
You mean acceptable losses?
except, I think I have said that before as Trevor. Civilians are just acceptable
Are
losses.
acceptable losses.
Yes, I think I have said that before, but there's a Jedi here, so I will attempt to pull open the door by myself before she tries to cut it open with a lightsaber.
And Spinner will do as his name entails, spin his gun.
The ship full of potential civilians.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah,
Potential civilians, but also potential insurgents.
Okay.
potential civilians and also acceptable casualties. I don't see it.
Okay. How large
No
is the
matter
ship
what-
again?
No,
Still
no matter
about
what,
3.
That's basically the size of an X-wing.
Oh, okay.
no matter what is behind that door, it's an acceptable loss.
That being said, passenger speeders are also silhouette too, so.
But I would like to walk up to the ship next to Spinner. So if something comes out, I can fucking whack it.
Bonk.
Please
I'm
don't
gonna
leave the Gamorrean alone.
Didn't I say I'm in the plaza thing?
You're in the building, yes.
Yeah,
You're
building.
with the senator.
I'm gonna forget to put the center down, so I'm just carrying them still.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So what is the check to open the door? Forcing it open.
You're going to do a physical force, so that's athletics, unless
Yeah.
you try to use a mechanics check.
Yeah, it's gonna be physical force.
Okay, that's going to end up being a hard check.
Okay. I will be right back.
Oh. Did you make the check?
I don't think so. Dramatic tension.
No.
I can make it for
On the
him.
next
What was it?
episode of Star Wars Delta Squad,
It was a hard check.
Here I
that
got it.
flows oddly weird or oddly close to Dragon Ball Z to me.
That is his athletics. Mine's better. If I would have passed that.
Same.
Imagine not having 4 or 5 on. So yeah, he fails with a threat jam.
Okay. So with that, he's gonna suffer a point of strain as he tired out his muscles trying to open it up.
Yeah, damn it.
Oh, you're welcome, Rick. You should have been here to roll.
I'm sorry, but I had to move a countertop.
Well, you should have rolled better on this check instead of on that one.
Well, no, he shouldn't have been getting his house renovated.
Anyway,
Yeah, you failed
Counter.
with a threat, so you take a strain.
Counter talks are
Alright.
for the weak.
Yes.
So
I
Kira's
used the
gonna
power.
activate her lightsaber. And you can see in her hands it's a double-sided lightsaber with a silver blade coming out of it.
oh, one of those fancy Jedi.
What?
What does silver mean?
Yeah,
Nothing. The colors mean absolutely nothing anymore.
they
I mean
actually don't.
everything,
Or
so the silver blade means that give me just a second.
True.
Does the
That
droid-
means that
does the
1
droid
gram
need
of
to
that blade is worth about 77 cents.
One what?
He just looked up the price of silver per ounce.
So I told you what
droid
it means.
needs
It
to
means that
use
that blade is
diesel.
probably worth more than the average lightsaber, unless your lightsaber happens to be gold.
In the old days, is what basically the color of your saber indicated your role within the Jedi. Now, color means nothing. It's just
Color is,
it's just an arbitrary
makes-
thing based on
makes
your
you look
personality.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're telling me that color used to matter, but it doesn't anymore?
Yes, for lightsabers.
Anyway, so that blade is worth about 77 cents. Let's move on.
Yes.
Legit just says it's from Tatooine.
With that, she begins carving open the back of the door, and as she does that, blaster fire emerges, hitting against her blade.
Tremor will
Doesn't seem like such a good idea.
Tremor will grab her and pull her out of the way.
Oh no!
That's
Right,
just
girl,
out of reflex. As soon as blaster fire starts, you pull the doorman out of the way.
No! You gotta hold her up and then use her like a plasma cutter.
Use her as an extension to the blade.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I missed that last 10 seconds or so. Someone was trying to call me.
I said as soon as the blaster fire starts, I know she's a Jedi, but Tremor grabs her out of reflex and pulls her out of the way. Clones are trained as soldiers. Whenever blaster fire starts, you grab the doorman and pull him out of the way.
She's going to definitely potentially earn some conflict during this, so this will be exciting.
So I'm gonna guess that's vigilance for all of us.
Vigilance.
Did I just lock myself to the center? Because I don't think we should just leave her alone.
We'd definitely not leave her alone, but blaster fire is starting.
Vigilance for initiative.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do I have rapid reactions? I feel like I should. I don't.
Yo, nothing. I rolled
Don't worry, you're not the
nothing.
only person who rolled nothing. There's an NPC that rolled nothing as well.
Oh. Over the comm, you can hear Tremor shouting, "Insurgents have started firing upon us." I feel like I should have kept the ESS on now. Oh well.
Why do you stop trying to start an insurgency and start trying to get some bitches?
Why does it sound like a Russian Badger quote?
Because it probably is, to be honest with you.
It sounds like something from their Anastasia bullshit. Did Bes'uliik roll his initiative? I don't think he did.
Oh, fuck.
Vigilance initiative.
Is this any... It's not that. God fucking damn.
All right. Let me roll for Kira. Here.
I think we should let Spinner go first because I have a feeling that the rest of us are going to engage in holy melee combat.
Did you say holy melee combat?
Yes, you should probably switch that 02 to a PC if that's Kira.
Yep.
A fully automatic melee weapon.
No, that was the 00. The 02 is the third one.
Oh,
Fully
thank you.
semi-automatic.
There we go.
All right.
I love my
saw-
fully semi-automatic weapon.
Oh fuck! I forgot that I did.
Should say fully semi. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I got right
anyway,
now. A fully semi.
Shoot them, please.
What range are they?
Yeah, that's probably a good question.
Yeah, so from the plaza building, they're medium range. From those of you who are right outside, you're at short range. Kira was engaged range before she got dragged out, so you're all at short range right now. You're only a few meters away.
Okay, so short range.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm just gonna gun them down like the Chinese did to the protesters at Tiananmen Square.
No, they ran them over.
With a
I'm
tank.
not sure. I'm not sure voicing that on stream will please the Chinese overlords, but you know what? You do you.
all right. Let's see.
Our stream's gonna
One
be
purple
banned in
dice.
China.
It
I was
probably
already
was
prepared, so I will take the aim action at no
Okay.
disadvantage. That's a
Yeah.
bonus die, right?
Yeah, it's blue.
It's blue die, and
which is
it's
a B if you're doing
Okay.
it on the Discord.
all right.
Jesus Christ!
Huh.
Huh.
Just pass boost, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
You
I
can,
will
you can
pass
pass
boost.
3 and regenerate a strain.
I'll pass 3 and regen a strain.
I'll take this slot because I am the closest and I am melee. So I'd like to get engaged with one. We'll start there. That's gonna be a maneuver.
As you run past, Tremor says, "Is keep at least one of them alive."
Do they have defense or anything?
At least one.
So they don't. Let me also explain. These are all looks like Trandoshan mercenaries.
Okay.
Oh, at least
And
you can
they
cut off their
are-
arm and it won't matter.
I'm just gonna do stun damage to them anyway, because if they're Trandoshans, they're likely beefy. So I'm going to suffer 3 strain, 2 for a maneuver, and 1 for a frenzied strike to upgrade my check again. And then I got past 3 boost. Do they have any defense or anything?
No defense.
Alright, and this is stun damage. So that is 16 twice.
Okay, give me 1 second just to do the math on that. So that is enough. You completely take out 3 of them. So describe what that looks like.
So Bes'uliik runs up to one group of Trandoshan mercenaries and just cracks one across the face, then brings the other side of the staff up, cracks another, and just 2-hand overhead smashes the last one. All with varying degrees of stun damage. They might have some broken bones, but they're
Oh
Trandoshans,
fuck!
it's fine.
I forgot that it was like an accurate 3 weapon.
Yes, balanced
I
health is
forgot.
funny.
Okay, for the last 2 advantage, what are you doing?
Healing strain.
Okay. In that case, I will go. And I will take 2 strain to pull out my electrostave. Which I just added to my sheet.
Nice.
And I will engage. They basically will be the same dice pool as Bes'uliik, so I have 1 rank of quick strike.
The fuck?
That was my sister's dog.
Okay.
And so that will be 8 stun damage twice.
Okay. So you've managed to severely beat up one of them.
Evidently, you still need lessons from Bes'uliik.
Yeah, I don't have melee as a career skill yet.
You did
Oh.
exactly half the damage I did.
Yeah.
And Titus wasn't happy that you did half the damage.
No, that was Mila. That was my sister's dog.
So it's funnier to think it's the big ass husky.
That is she is the bigger husky. She is fat.
Really?
She is fat. Like she is
Like
seriously
me?
fat. She's fatter than you.
Oh,
I don't know.
Impossible.
Like when she walks, her entire body moves side from side from walking.
So she waddles.
It's more like she moves like a snake, despite the fact that she walks on legs.
That's pretty funny.
All right. That being said, I have a feeling that Kira's gonna come.
Yes, Kira is ready to go. She moves, unless I believe you have one person left. I believe Nook has to go.
Yeah, no cat, but he's in
I'll-
the building.
yeah, I should probably just go last. I don't know what I could do
I think
Oh.
because
you said you're medium. You would have to spend your maneuvers to get there, and then you could punch.
yes,
Well,
I would also be
he-
leaving the senator behind.
Yeah.
Correct, which is probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kira will go. She activates the other end of her lightsaber, and with a flourish, ends up bringing it down upon one of the Trandoshans.
Let's see. Is she an Ataru build, or does she just use a double-bladed lightsaber because it's fun?
Because she's bad at it, apparently.
Evidently, she generated 5 advantage though.
She is not as good at lightsaber as Bes'uliik is at melee.
To be fair, you have an insanely modded Electrostaff.
I have one attachment.
Yes, and it gave you accurate 3 effectively.
Yup.
So she's gonna use that advantage to disarm, not actually take off their arm, but to disarm them from their weapons.
Oh, so now they only have their claws.
Yep.
I have a feeling that this Trandoshan, they're gonna look at me and like, you hit me. I'm just glad I can use an Electrostaff efficiently.
Yeah.
Also, I realized this after buying the grenade launcher. It makes my gun cumbersome 5.
Oh,
Dang. Well, that's what dedication is for, right?
That's what the dedications are for. I did plan on getting at least one dedication to Braun, and I can throw a sling on it.
Yep. Yep. All right. So with that, sounds like Knuk, you were gonna escort the senator, and that was gonna be the rest of your turn.
yeah, I'm just escorting the senator, and can I make a perception check to see where the honor guard and such of the other party are?
Yeah, you can make. It's gonna be an easy roll, so just one purple.
Purple, okay.
Magna Guards are bad at stealth.
Perception with 1 purple. 4 success and a threat.
All right. So with the success, you can see all of them are rushing for the plaza building as well. And with the threat, you are not able to make out whether or not. Oh, what? Sorry.
I dropped the senator on accident.
Yeah, you bump her on the head.
Shit.
Take a strain because you're worried.
All right, and with that, the Trandoshans are now going to go.
Do they not like me?
They don't like you, in fact.
As the one that he hits turns back to look at him, he says this. Maybe I should have paid attention to the swallowing sessions.
All right, he's going to go ahead and swipe at you with his claws.
Ouch. So what is that? 8 damage?
Yes, 8 damage, pre-soak.
Yep, so that'll be 3. Because I don't believe Trandoshan claws have pierce.
They don't. And now we're back up to...
That's funny.
If you don't mind, could I just swing at them again? I want to take at least one of them down.
Sure. It's not like we have 5 slots until they go or anything.
Yeah. Alright. So yeah, I'm gonna use the electro staff again. I'm going to aim twice, because why not? Up. And they're still engaged with me. I know if she has 2 gem disarm, that means that she only used 2 of those advantages, or did she use 3?
She used 3.
Okay, so what'd she do with the other 2?
I never actually say what she did. She can go ahead and pass a boost die to the next player to go.
Alright. So that'll be 3 boosts. Hey, it looks similar to Bes'uliik's check with a lot less yellows. Well, that'll be 8 damage twice again.
So you're able to knock out one of the Trandoshans as your electro staff hits it against its head.
Want to pass me a boost, Mr. Trevor?
Yeah, I'll pass the boost forward and recover a strain.
And now Bes'uliik gets engaged with the Trandoshans yet again. I'll suffer the 3 strain to frenzied strike and aim, and goodbye.
Ouch.
That's a big oof.
That do I even need to hit twice?
Huh.
Let's see here. No, you do not.
Is
We already
anybody
knocked
left
out the
alive?
Oh yeah, no, the first group I knocked out, that was all stun damage, so Bes'uliik does
Right,
lethal
not-
on these guys. But since I don't need to, I'll just go back down to 0 strain. And as he does that, as he like stabs the prod through one Trandoshan and into another to take them both out with one strike, he just turns to Tremor and says, "When we return to Camino, you will require lessons."
With that, if everyone wants to make a discipline or cool check to recover strain,
Discipline or cool.
Ooh, 1 strain. If I had Skip Tracer, I
Right.
could recover. I could recover my 3 wounds.
No success.
Well, you don't have any strain anyway.
Yeah.
The number of successes, how many strain you recover, right?
Yes.
yeah, it's 1 for 1.
Pog.
Oh. Tremor's like examining the cut that probably got into like in between his pauldron and his chest plate, and says this. And says, "We really need to invest in a medical kit." And at least we have 4 stunned out Trandoshans now.
Yes, you do.
Does the senator tell me to put her down?
Yeah, she kind of like hits you on your meaty arm. It says, "Please put me down."
Over the comms, Tremor says is the Hostiles have been neutralized. 4 captive, 2 dead.
I tell the senator. The assassins have been taken out, and I put her down. If she can understand me, somewhat.
She gets the general impression because I'm guessing you're pantomiming with your hands too.
Yeah.
Oink 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 oink.
Ah, yes, just like the Gamorreans in the last episode.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Oh, it's good.
I was about to. Thank you said that because I was about to make a joke that would have spoiled it.
Thank. Ah. Alright, so I imagine that these Trandoshan probably had binders on them because they were probably slavers as well. I'm going to use their own binders to bind them.
They do, in fact, have binders.
You should bind like one dude's arm to another dude's foot and just bind them all together in the most like, weird way.
Alternatively, we could
Shit.
cut off their legs. It is not
No.
cruelty because they will grow back.
Oh, I'll leave that judgment up to the commander.
Leave that judgment to the Jedi, to the Padawan. Or Jedi? Is it a full-fledged Jedi?
Well,
Yeah.
Jedi.
Jedi Padawan.
Jedi Padawan.
Yeah. It's kind of like Colonel Light. You know, Lieutenant Colonel.
Yeah, but they do have the rank of Padawan commander in
Yes.
the JR, which is why he refers to her as commander, not Padawan or Jedi.
General Peacekeeper.
You know what you'd have to do
I am-
if she were
I
a
am a
general,
general
right,
peacekeeper.
Rick?
What?
You know what you'd have to do if she were a general, right, Rick?
Please stop.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Well, if he's not being told to, no legs are being cut off yet.
Yeah, Kira says yes. There will be no amputations today.
Tremor
So we
will,
all glare at her.
But technically speaking, it's not in breach of galactic law.
It is in the breach of good taste, though.
I have no taste.
I don't know. I've
I'm a
never had.
droid.
was
I don't know, man. My father could make some pretty good chopped off legs.
should we call local law enforcement, or do we take these men as prisoners of war? As this was not a military action, this was a well, best case scenario you could call this, or worst case scenario you could call this vigilantism.
Are you asking Kira that, or are you asking the rest of the group?
Kira.
She's unfortunately the commanding officer for us.
For those of us that actually follow a command hierarchy, she is the commanding officer, which is why the captain is deferring to her.
I think all of us follow the command structure.
I think Bes'uliik less so. I think you're more of an attachment rather than a actual soldier.
With that, she looks at all of you and says, "Let's take him into custody of the Galactic Republic in the military. We will have questions that need answering."
Yes, ma'am. And Tremor will call for the shuttle to come and pick up the detainees.
Did I hear torture?
Oh, there will
Yes.
be torture. RIS will be in charge of that.
That's a shame that we don't get to participate.
We have better things to do. Also, the only one of us that has a decent coercion is Bes'uliik, and we need him to do other things.
Look, See, the thing is I have 6 barrels. Okay.
Do you have any intimidating ranks though?
No, I'm just retarded.
Oh,
There he goes.
there he goes. Internet died. I think his phone probably died.
Yeah,
Got
let's
6
give him
barrels and not enough G's for it.
that.
Eh,
Hello?
hello?
Hey,
Okay, there we go. Must have hit disconnect on my phone.
yeah, no worries. Um, so I believe you were waiting for your shuttle to arrive to take him up, or the Trandoshans as a whole up. Is where we last left off.
Yes. While Tremor will gesture to Spin and says, "Go rendezvous with Knuk. I'll take care of waiting for the transport."
With that, the transport arrives shortly thereafter, and out comes a squad of clone troopers who suspiciously eye the Trandoshans as they carelessly just drag them across the ground back to the ship.
All right. After that's happened, Tremor looks at Bes'uliik and the commander and says, "Well, what now, Commander?"
He says, yes, it was successful, but the peace talks might have been sabotaged before they could have even begun.
Well, if it all fails, we can always resort to wet work. That's in our job description.
With that, her face kind of blanches for a second, and she says, hopefully it won't come to that.
Well, don't say that. You'll hurt Bes'uliik's feelings. That's his favorite mission.
Error. I have no favorite missions.
Because all
What about the
missions in
bureaucracy?
Okay, so that means that we can assign you to doing paperwork in the library then.
Yep.
Don't make me switch my voice on to Goose.
The bureaucracy.
No.
Yeah, you gotta do the after action reports. That's your standard job now.
I will write them with my electro staff and nobody will understand them.
Sadly, actually, the after action report is gonna have to be written by Commander Sean.
Yep, that is true. In this particular instance, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, seeing as they won't allow you into the commerce building, I think it's best for us to get to our post case. This was a tertiary distraction for the actual assassination attempt.
Yes, I agree. We should go ahead and make sure that that happens right away.
Basically, you might want to find a room nearby the conference.
Roger, roger.
And Tremor will accompany Commander Sean.
Commander Sean ends up going into the Plaza building and goes to check on the senator and says, "Hello, Senator. How are you?" And with it, Senator Monmouth is still cleaning out her hair after her recent jaunt across the plaza, and says, "I am fine. This lovely gentleman, and she looks at Knuk, was able to help me out.
He's a good man, even if you can't understand what that he's saying.
Yes, he certainly helped me out. But I fear that the peace talks have now been jeopardized. I wonder what our separatist brethren have been discussing since the attack happened.
At the very
Oh,
least, you can
again.
still attempt the peace talks.
Yes, but we will have to provide assurances that they will be safe.
At the very least, we can promise that we weren't part of this attack. That being said, is that there are not many who would hire Trandoshan mercenaries.
She says, I would trust your word on that better than my own. I know little of the hirings of mercenaries and their ilk.
If I were to hire an assassination squad, I would rather hire ganks or Mandalorians.
Well, fortunately, they were hired, and and you all were able to subvert the assassination attempt.
Senator, I believe that the less time you are late to the meeting, the better chances you will have at gaining their favor.
Yes, and with that, she parts ways with you and goes with her inner circle, her routine, so to speak, of individuals. Retinue, yes, you're right, not routine. Very different things. And goes into a side conference room to figure out the plan for the upcoming negotiations.
After all that's said and done, Tremor will remove his helmet and run a hand through his military cut. And he has like a 99 tattooed onto his temple. Well, that could have gone worse.
Certainly could have gone better too.
Well, I don't think it's hit the civilian populace yet that there is indeed a war going on. Simple pranks like this are, well, could easily be misinterpreted by those who are not that vigilant. We're lucky that we didn't hurt any civilians today.
Yeah, if anything, the civilians are lucky they didn't get hurt.
Thank God we didn't torture any innocents today.
Not today. Soon, my brother.
You should be praising us for not beating you half to death.
Let's avoid the incarceration of, and unlawful advance information gathering in front of the commander. And if you are going to do that, at least speak in Mandoa.
With that, Commander Sean looks at you all and says, I would imagine that the questioning will occur soon. Would you all like to be a part of it, or would you like to leave it up to the Republic officials?
Hmm. I would like to. I would like to witness it. That being said, our best questioner is Bes'uliik, and it maybe they might find it a little strange that a Confederate model droid is interrogating them.
It may just throw them off though a little, which might be good in trying to find out who ended up doing this.
Fair enough. And Tremor will look down at Bes'uliik. So, how do you feel about talking to a few Trandoshans?
If it is what you order me to do.
Right.
Hmm. Very well. I think that Bes'uliik will be more effective than, more than likely, a Togruta or a Twi'lek agent. So let's just have Bes'uliik try his hand at getting our new friends to talk.
With it, Kira says that sounds like a mighty fine plan. I'm sure my master would agree with it, as long as there are no. She looks at you. Accidents that end up happening.
Speaking of which, who is your master?
Jedi Master Locke Frel.
Ah. And Trevor Tremor rubs his chin as he thinks about that. Well, I apologize for any disrespect I've made towards you.
She says, "No disrespect was taken."
The Tremors looks to Spinner and Bes'uliik and says is, I think you'll learn that a lot of us clones are more tightly knit than most soldiers could be, as we are all brothers, even if Bes'uliik is adopted.
What about me?
You're a mercenary.
Shit. Not even extended family.
No. You're like the 20th removed cousin.
No. He was adopted by the 20th removed cousin.
Alright, well, let's go, break the Geneva Convention.
Galactic
You mean you
Accords.
are breaking the GV convention?
Yeah, let's go interrogate.
In Star Wars, they're more like the Geneva suggestions.
No. See, that's not even the worst part. For World War II Japan, it was more like a checklist.
Ooh.
I
Alright.
must trigger my enemy demoralization duty.
Alright, let's go.
Well, with that, why don't we wrap up the session there, and next session we'll start off with the interrogation.
Alright.
Yes.
That's a great way to start a session. Interrogation,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
waterboarding, CIA methods.
And
I
it'll,
kicked in the balls.
it'll give Bes'uliik a chance to buy a rank of coercion.
XP for today is going to be 15.
Alrighty. And I suppose the actual mission itself is not done yet, so we haven't been given our salaries.
Correct. Yeah, the mission is still underway.
Alright.
Actually, Scything Strike.
Oh, isn't
Season
that
strike.
is that Sunder on Brawl attacks, or is that Pierce equal to Force rating?
That's Pierce equal to Force rating.
I already know what the next tree I'm gonna pick up.
Which one is
Wasn't
it?
that nice?
I'm thinking of picking up Juyo Berserker.
Very nice.
that is fitting for Gamorrean.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
also funny.
Although I would think about narratively limiting yourself to not being able to go up the Vapod side, as Vapod is very much a very limited known form.
Also, Reg, you should probably stop the streams this session.
Yes, I will be stopping the stream here.
First,
Yep. For those of you who have joined us, I thank you. As always, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are. For those of you watching on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe if you want to get more of this content. If you want to have more content like this, we will be playing Avatar, the Second Age Genesis conversion, tomorrow starting at the same time. Until next time, stay frosty.